Hey YouTube, I'm back once again, out and about. It's Bank Holiday Monday and I am once again outside the Salvation Army in Middlesbrough. I was intending on going into Middlesbrough today anyway, and I thought I'd drop in here on the off chance, because I know they don't open on a Sunday, so I didn't expect that they would be open today. But I thought, like I said, I'd drop in on the off chance, and it turns out it's open. The last time I was here was late June, early July, I think, when I got that Only Fools and Horses VHS tin. Yeah, I've not been here since, so intrigued to see if there's anything in here. I think that actual day was the last time I did any real hunting for anything. I've been round the odd charity shop since then, but I haven't really had a proper, afternoon looking round the shops and seeing if there's any bargains. I certainly haven't picked up any bargains out in the wild, at least since then. So we'll see what we've got today. I've got a bag of stuff behind me on the back seat, or in the footwell, to take into CEX. I had a bit of a clear out, so we'll probably have a look at those when I get actually into town, and when I'm parked up there before I go into CEX. So hopefully that will get me a decent amount of vouchers. One of those two CEXs in town has got something that I really want to get. So as long as it's in reasonably good condition, I'll be buying that, or using the voucher, should I say, to get that. But for now, we're going to have a quick look in here, see if there's anything worth picking up. Well, that was an anticlimax, I think. I did film some footage in there, which I've probably, I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but I think I'll have edited it in before this part. But I've just got back to the car. I've got some muppet parked so damn close. That's the end space, so there's nothing on the other side of that van. So why the hell is parked so damn close? It's idiots. Anyway, yes, I grabbed some footage in there. There was a combi player, a DVD VHS, DVD VHS combi player. It didn't have a remote, unfortunately. It was only a tenner. But yeah, no remote. I didn't think there was any point in getting that. There was also a DVD recorder, again a tenner with the remote. I was really tempted by that, to be honest. But I don't think it had Freeview. I think it was terrestrial, which there's no terrestrial broadcasts anymore, so it would be fairly useless other than I guess for dubbing maybe VHS or something onto blank DVDs, and I've already got a machine that does that all in one. But I'm gonna have a think about that. I might come back to that. Also, in amongst all the DVDs, there was a bunch of HD DVDs and a few Blu-rays. I actually spotted some Blu-rays right at the end, just around the corner, which I took a photograph of. And there was a 3D one in there I almost got, but when I read closer, it said on the case with 4 pairs of 3D glasses. So I realised that it was an old is it anaglyph they call it, 3D, where it isn't 3D through a 3D TV. You need the glasses. You can watch it on any TV, but you need the glasses. So in the end I didn't get that. There's also, I spotted initially, was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3 HD DVDs, and the sign in there says, technically it says DVDs and CDs 5 for £1 unless otherwise priced, and none of those HD DVDs were priced. And then I spotted a load more on the bottom shelf, tucked away, and half of them, maybe a little bit more than half, were priced. Some at £1, some at £1.50. But there was a bunch that weren't priced, and it's not like they had a price label on them that somebody could have peeled off. The price was actually written on the sticker on the spine, and they all had the sticker on the spine, just some of them didn't have the price written on them. So clearly somebody hadn't been doing the job properly. Anyway, I took them, I grabbed a bunch, took them to the counter, and I said, look, your sign says 5 for £1 less otherwise priced. Some of these HD DVDs are priced and other ones aren't. Oh, the Muppet's back. Let's see if he can get in without banging my car. I bet he didn't. I bet he wasn't that careful when he got out the bloody van. Where was I? Yeah, some of these were priced and others weren't. So I went up to the counter and I said, look, I said, your sign says 5 for £1 unless otherwise priced. I said, some of them on the shelf are priced, some aren't priced. And immediately said, no, they're all £1.50 each. I said, well, not all of them are £1.50. I said, some of you got priced there at £1. Well, no, they're all £1.50 each. He wasn't going to budge on that. So in the end I said, you know what, I'm going to leave it. I'll just take what's here. So I picked up a couple that I showed. I grabbed this Motown M25 VHS tape. I'm assuming this is a live concert, but there are names on there which I wouldn't necessarily associate with Motown. Well, there's at least one, Adamant, but I'm sure there's others as well. But yeah, it's interesting. For 50p, I thought I'd have that. And then this was just something different. Judging by the cases, I'm thinking this must be a US release. Does it say on it whether it's region 1? I'm not sure. Well, they're R-rated, so I'm sure that's US, but the original Die Hard trilogy. I don't know what year this dates back to, but I know they use these particular cases in the US in the early 2000s. I've got a couple of these at home. The one I can remember straight away is the Clerks animated series. Comes in a case like this, so you've got a door on the front for one disc, and then another door on the back for the other disc. It's a weird system. I really like them. I don't see these very often, and these are quite a metallic looking print on the sleeves. Now, like I say, the 2 discs and a whole bunch of special features. I don't suppose there's anything on here that you can't get on the UK DVD or even Blu-ray releases, but I just thought they were just something quite neat. So yeah, this was £2.50. Expensive probably for DVDs, but when's the next time I'm going to see one of these? And if I saw one of these on eBay, just because of the size, the postage alone would be £4 or £5, unless of course somebody got the postage wrong, but again, that's even less likely. So yeah, I decided to grab them. But yeah, just those two as we head off into town. I'll wait until we get to the next car park and park up, and I'll go through the stuff that I've got to trade into CEX and see what I find there. So I've had to loop back around in the car park because my usual spot out there, that's all closed. I can't get out there anymore. So I'm going to have to park with the peasants, I think, in the normal car park. It's a shame. Not in the normal car park, but in the multi-storey part of the car park, where just the standard. I can't do this one-handed. Well, the standard parking spaces are. Right, so I was gutted when I saw that, so I had to go back round and record it. Anyway, yeah, I cut there because reversing into a parking spot while holding a phone and filming in one hand, yeah, it's not recommended. Anyway, I'll go and get a ticket, and then we can have a look at what I've got to trade in. Back in a minute. And I noticed about a week ago that one of the CEXs here in Middlesbrough had a 101 black label release that I really want. Quite a recent release. I think it came out this year. And so I thought I'll have another look through my Arrow collection. If there's anything there that maybe I don't need or I can pick up later, or for whatever reason. And there was a few that I've got doubles of, not necessarily exact doubles, but 2 copies of the same movie, albeit maybe as a limited edition release and a standard release, or films that I think I'm just never going to watch, or at no point in the near future am I ever going to watch. So I picked out maybe 7 or 8. I haven't actually counted. There was a couple of Marvel ones that I was intending on trading in anyway, because the new Phase 4 slipcovers are now available in HMV, although I've left it too late for that. They were on the 2 for $12 a couple of weeks ago. They're now, at least according to HMV's website, they're now $9.99 a piece. So I'll wait till they come back down on the 2 for $12. But for now, I'll trade in those 2 Blu-rays. One's a 4K, one's a Blu-ray. And then there's a Criterion that's I'm fairly certain I'm never going to watch. It's a damn 4-hour or more movie. So in all, it should be about £70 worth of trading with this lot. More than enough to get me that black label release, and I think there was a few other things I'd earmarked that had in store that maybe I'll look at. So the things I am trading in, and I can't remember all the trading values, but they're between, I think, £5 and £8. There's a couple that maybe £12 each. So we've got the standard release of City of the Living Dead from Arrow, standard release of Bay of Blood, 4K of Black Widow, a Blu-ray of Shang-Chi, and the Criterion release of The Irishman, which I picked out really cheap off eBay from Cinema Deso earlier this year. I think it was about £5 or maybe £6. 88 Films release of Avenging Force. I bought this a few months ago thinking I didn't own it, but it turns out I did. But the trading value is, I think, £1 more than I actually paid for it, so that's a plus. And back to the Arrows, the Fury, Red Scorpion, Mark of the Devil. I think this is a 3-disc release, if I remember rightly. Beast Within, and finally, Colobos. I don't know. It's a late 90s horror that I don't know anything about, to be fair. But I think this is one that Arrow still have on their website, so I could probably pick this up again at some point, cheaper, maybe, if I decide that I want it again. I don't know that I will. But yeah, all that lot is trade value of, I think, £72. So yeah, we're going to head into CEX, to CEX. Of course, it's been bank holiday today. I expect most of the charity shops will be shut. The last time I was here, there was a new YMCA opening, literally 200 metres from the current YMCA. Now, I don't know if they're moving. There was no sign to say that they were moving. But it's in the old, shelter, the old shelter shop, charity shop, which was mostly furniture, but did have some bargains in VHS and DVDs, and maybe Blu-rays as well, for that matter. But they closed down just before Christmas, so YMCA have taken over that unit, but they've got their own unit just literally around the corner in the same precinct. So I don't know if they've moved or whether they're running 2 units now. Wouldn't surprise me, because that other one was always pretty full. Anyway, I expect HMV, I'm going to HMV anyway, but I expect YMCA also to be open, because they're normally open on a Sunday, so I should expect they'll be open on a bank holiday. What other ones are they? Cats Protection, I don't know, that's only just opened. And the others, I'm sure the British Heart Foundation will be open. They're normally open on a Sunday. I know it's not Sunday, but generally shops that are open on Sunday will also open on a bank holiday. Obviously that's Salvation Army, maybe an exception to the rule, because they don't normally open on a Sunday. But anyway, we'll see. So see what footage I can get. Maybe some in HMV. The thing is, the undergrounds, the basement level in HMV, where they have most of the Blu-rays, it's usually quite dark down there, at least in some areas. But we'll see if we can get any footage in some of those shops, and I'll add that in if there's any before the pickups. If there's any, well, there'll be at least one. Anyway, back soon.